Good evening and welcome to DC News Now at 9. I'm Daniel Hamburg. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Prince George's County. Police confirmed to our newsroom moments ago that one person is dead and multiple others injured following a mass shooting near 7-Eleven on Ritchie Road in Walker Mill. According to our news partner DC Real-Time News, the shooting occurred around 8:30. Our reporter Yamarie Sase is on her way to the scene and will bring you an update later in this newscast.
While the weather is fairly quiet outside right now, yes, we do have a couple of clouds moving through the region and have been doing so throughout the day itself. We have seen dry weather here. However, notice the showers back off to the west. They will be working their way into the region. As a matter of fact, the National Weather Service has an excessive rainfall outlook. Not so much for tomorrow, but this is going into Labor Day. And of course, that's a big day as we wrap up unofficially summer at that point in time with a slight to marginal risk from Cumberland right into D.C. We'll talk about what that means for you and I, the timing of the rain, and, well, the full 7-day forecast. That's all coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Well, this is a developing story, a development in a sex assault investigation after a Virginia teenager was found responsible for sexually assaulting two girls in two high schools. Governor Glenn Youngkin launched an investigation into Loudoun County Public Schools. It was one of his first actions as Virginia's governor. After pushback from the school board, the Commonwealth's highest court says that investigation can continue. Max Marcilla, who covers the Commonwealth for us, has the story.
Intense and often angry moments at Loudoun County School Board meetings preceded the Republican sweep in 2021 statewide races. Often the candidates focused on education, and today they proclaimed victory on one of their first actions.
The Loudoun County School Board has tried to block it, but I will always, always fight for truth, and I will fight for accountability.
This is the 4-page ruling from the Virginia Supreme Court that stops the school board's efforts to halt the grand jury investigation. The school board argued state code that gives the board authority over the school division means a grand jury should not be allowed. But the court wrote, the school board has offered no convincing argument for why the grand jury investigation infringes this provision, saying the constitutional power to administer a school district does not bring with it immunity from investigation for violations of the criminal law.
Executive Order number 4 authorized an investigation of the Loudoun County School Board by our Attorney General.
And days after touting the launch of the investigation as a success at a Fairfax County rally, Governor Youngkin calls the court's ruling a victory for parents, teachers, and students. But some have accused the investigation of being political.
This will be a rigged, politicized investigation.
Back in February, 2 Democratic delegates who represent Loudoun County held a press conference saying Attorney General Jason Miyares is using this investigation for pure political gain. But now, as the investigation moves ahead, Miyares had this to say.
I've always pledged to fight for accountability and transparency at all levels of government.
Well, people living in the Petworth neighborhood of D.C. are fed up with drivers speeding down Rock Creek Church Road. WMATA confirms that just before 8 this morning, a Metro Access vehicle operated by National Express hit 2 parked cars before flipping on its side. One customer was on board. Both they and the driver were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. A woman I talked with who lives right in front of where the crash happened tells me she had 7 cars hit and 5 of them total over the years from drivers speeding. This is her car this morning, the 8th one hit. She wants DDOT to do more.
Everyone in the neighborhood has to get together to take care of the problem, or at least try to get something done. We need the speed bumps, the big ones, not the little rumples. And I think that would slow down a whole lot.
Now there's a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit sign painted on the ground and flex posts down the center of the road. One neighborhood commissioner wants a 3-way stop sign at Varno Street and traffic signals moved to Webster Street. Well, it's been a rough couple of weeks inside of metro stations. There have been stabbings, sexual assaults, and as recently as this week, a shooting inside of the busy L'Enfant Plaza station. Metro's new general manager tweeted this week praising the quick arrest of the man accused of pulling the trigger. Randy Clark says this type of criminal behavior on Metro will not be tolerated. He added that the transit agency is continuing to enhance their security. DC News Now spoke to a woman who's relied on Metro for over a decade. Here's her take.
I think that question, are they doing enough? I think they're doing a lot. Could they do more? I don't know how you prepare for a one-off incident, but I do think it would be helpful to have police riding on the Metro themselves, not just being on the platform, because you have bad behavior happening as the train is moving. I think having presence, police presence in the stations would be helpful.
Amid months of mass flight cancellations and delays, the number of Americans traveling this Labor Day weekend is expected to rebound to pre-pandemic levels. DC News Now's transportation reporter Joseph Olmo breaks down some helpful tips if you plan on taking to the skies.
Traveling this weekend? You're not alone. Travel site Hopper says you'll be joined by nearly 13 million other Americans. That's right. Between Thursday, September 1st and Monday, September 5th, 12.6 million Americans will board a plane. We're already seeing it. On Thursday, the TSA screened 2.3 million people. That's a couple 100,000 more than what they did in 2019. And yes, it is one of the most stressful parts of being at an airport. But there are a few real things, not the fluff tips, but real things you can do to make it just a little bit easier on yourself. First thing you got to remember, it's not just the sheer volume of passengers that causes security lines to be packed and to move slower. If TSA spots something suspicious in your carry-on, they have to do a bag check. That means an officer needs to pull time away from the normal flow of traffic and spend more time on your bag. So know what is in your bag, and an easy way to do that is by downloading the My TSA app. It is free. You can literally type in any object you have a question about, from mouthwash to toothpaste to even firearms, and it will tell you whether or not it's allowed. Spoiler alert, you're not allowed to bring a gun through the TSA. The TSA app will also tell you what the current security wait times are at your airport, and also for your next trip, enroll in TSA PreCheck. Now, you're not going to have enough time to get everything set up for this weekend. It's $85. It puts you in a separate security line, and you don't have to take off your belt or your shoes. And hey, remember my cardinal rule for travel: do not, under any circumstance, take your frustrations out on the airline or airport employees. Flying is already stressful, and they are only there to help you. Reporting here in the studio, I'm Joseph Olmo, DC News Now.
Well, drivers nationwide can expect a heavier police presence this Labor Day weekend. Police are taking part in a Labor Day safe driving campaign. Drive sober or get pulled over. The campaign aims to reduce drunk driving on major highways. If you see an impaired driver, report it to your local law enforcement. Well, a Maryland man is facing 18 charges, including 8 counts of second-degree assault for shooting fireworks at a crowd of people from his vehicle. The Fairfax County Police were called to Old Frederick Road in Emmitsburg, Maryland, around 1 a.m. When they arrived, they found 43-year-old Aaron Dove of Emmitsburg in his vehicle shooting fireworks at a crowd outside a house. Dove was successfully detained with the help of Maryland State Police, where they found multiple fireworks, a pellet gun, and multiple knives inside his vehicle. The crowd said that Dove had been to the house multiple times that night, crashing into another car and hitting a partygoer with a Roman candle, and ran over his foot while driving away. Dove has been charged with second-degree assault, along with reckless endangerment, destruction of property, resisting arrest, and more. The D.C. Metropolitan Police are also looking for a suspect wanted for assault with a deadly weapon on Friday afternoon. Police arrived at the scene of the shooting on S Street Northwest shortly before 3 p.m. There they found a victim of a shooting who was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A picture of the suspect was caught on surveillance video that you can see here. The D.C. Metro Police Department is offering up to $10,000 to any tips that can lead to an arrest. Well, you can now pre-register for the monkeypox vaccine in Maryland. The state just launched a new system that will notify people when there are shots available. The state of Maryland says so far it's received 14,000 vials of the vaccine. Each vial contains between 3 and 5 doses. The system will notify people by email when appointments open. There are some eligibility requirements. The state is asking you to sign up if you know you came in close contact with a person who has monkeypox, or if you were potentially exposed to monkeypox in the last 2 weeks. Well, we have an update out of Washington County now. The man accused of shooting and killing 3 of his coworkers and injuring another and a state trooper in Smithsburg is pleading not criminally responsible. According to court records, the reason for his plea is due to a mental disorder. His lawyer arguing he wasn't able to fully understand his actions. The shooting happened back in June at a machine shop in the small town. Well, be on the lookout. We now have a sketch of the man who's believed to be behind a string of assaults and attempted abductions along a trail in northern Virginia. Herndon police just put out this sketch. The most recent incident was a week ago. A woman said she was walking on the Washington and Old Dominion Trail when the man exposed himself to her. In all, there have been 6 reports of similar incidents over the last few weeks. Police are urging you to call them if you can identify the suspect. A Mississippi man was arrested today for stealing an airplane and threatening to crash it into a Walmart. The Tupelo police chief said that Corey Wayne Patterson stole a plane from Tupelo Regional Airport, where he then called 911 and threatened to crash the plane. Messages found on Patterson's Facebook page implied that the hijacking was part of a suicide attempt, saying goodbye to his family. Negotiators spoke to Patterson and convinced him to land the plane, though he needed to be coached how to, since he had no flying experience. The mayor of Tupelo says he hopes Patterson will be able to receive the help he needs.
All right, good Saturday evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Scott Sumner. I hope your holiday weekend has started off on a nice note. Weather-wise, it has. I mean, it has been hot, it's been humid, but it's typical for late August going into September. As you can see, the clouds drifting in and out here over time. But the precipitation in the form of some rain and steady rain has held off to the west at this point in time. Now, lows tonight, obviously, like I said, it's been muggy outside this afternoon. We expect those overnight lows here in the weather department to drop down into the 60s and a few 70s here, like along the water, Annapolis, Baltimore region, and D.C. holding right about 69, 70 degrees. So it is going to be a muggy night across the area. But looking ahead, as we go into tomorrow and looking towards, say, Frederick, inland areas. Frederick, Maryland, temperature here about 71 degrees in the morning, 78 at 9 o'clock, 82 by 11 o'clock in the morning. So it is going to warm up once again. And then in the afternoon, well, we'll see upper 80s here like 3 and 5 p.m. down to the lower 80s by 7 p.m. But again, most of the area is going to remain relatively quiet except for places to the west and west of I-81 out towards the mountains. So the beaches are looking okay. I've got partly cloudy skies in Ocean City, high about 80, water temperature 75, about 2 feet on the wave height. And winds, well, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour east-southeast, and a rip current risk is going to be low, like it has been across much of the region lately. All right, the headlines. Dry tonight, like I said, but humidity, well, that will continue to rise a little bit. Isolated thunder shower on Sunday, and that's again for the mountains. Getting wetter, though, by Labor Day. Everybody's going to get into the mix here. It's more of an indoor day, unfortunately. You'll see my 7-day coming up here on in just a few minutes for Labor Day, and then the front passes off the coast on Wednesday. What does that mean for you and I late in the week? Stick around. I've got that answer.